Okay guys, this is something I want to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about how I do my reviews, and I want to talk to some of you guys about power hitters and base hitters. And a lot of you guys out there actually think I'm a power hitter. I'm actually not a power hitter. And I want to get into something first before I talk about that. But let me explain to you guys how I do my reviews. I buy all my bats. I'll have some people that send me bats, but very seldom I have that. I actually purchase my bats when I buy bats from a lot of sporting goods companies around the United States, and I pay for them. When I get done with my review, I either give my bats away, or I'll actually I'll sell them for a cheap price, and I'll put that money into buying another bat for my next review. At the end of the year, I use one bat the whole year. If it breaks, I'll get another bat just like the bat that I was swinging. I won't flip-flop. I'll start the year off with a bat, and I'll stay with it, try to stay with it throughout the whole year. At the end of the year, I give the bat away. It's either in Vegas or if I go to Phoenix. But after every year, I always give my shit away. I don't sell it. I give it away. I put it in a raffle that I have for a lot of my subscribers on YouTube. So the way I do my reviews is I'll get the bat in, and I'll find out how many swings it takes to break it in. And it's just not me and Billy that do this. It's Billy's son, Bubba, comes out. I have a couple other guys that I swing with that'll come out and test these bats. And I videotape everything, everything that I do. That's how come I know, and it takes a long time to do this. That's how come I know how many swings we got on a bat, because I'll actually go back and count the swings that we have on the bat, or have my kids do it whenever I download the video on my laptop. So that's how come I know how many hits we have on the bat when we're done with it. Roughly an estimate on how many, because I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear we have 1923 or. So I'll round it off to 1920, something like that. It's not only me and Billy that hit these bats. I have anywhere from 40s to 80-year-old guys swinging these bats, and I get feedback from these guys that talk to me about the swinging weight, how the ball comes off, if they like it, if they don't like it, and I take all of that in my decision at the end of a review. So we hit 44, 375 compression balls. We hit on a baseball field, and the reason that is because a lot of these composite bats that they have nowadays, it's no contest when you hit them on a 300-foot fence. So I actually take it, a little level above that, and I hit them on a baseball field. It's about 315, 320 to the left, 360 power alley, about 400 to center, because we kind of back up a little bit off home plate. I Google map everything, Google Earth, all of my what it takes to hit a 400-foot home run. Usually if you reach the street where I hit it almost, it's a 400-foot home run. I have actually a 400-foot bat club on my website, the bats that I've hit 400 feet softballs with, and there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of them out there that I consider in the 400-foot club. Like I said, we hit, and another thing too, I go as far as hitting in the right weather. We don't hit in 98-degree weather. We usually hit at 70-degree weather. If it's too cold, if it's less than 60 degrees, I will not hit. I won't hit these bats. The balls are kept inside the whole time. We don't have our balls in the back of the truck, or we don't have the balls inside the truck or anything like that. They're always in my front room of my house, and I take them out, and it's 7 degrees in my house the whole time. So we're hitting, we're not hitting cold balls, we're not hitting hot balls, we're hitting, and I use a lot of rocks. The 44 375 compression balls that I have are all Trump and rock balls, which I love the rock balls. I think the temperature, anytime you get above 80 degrees, I think rock is probably the best salt ball out there to hit. They're hard, but then again, Trump's got a good ball out there too. What I usually do when we start hitting is I'll test to see how long it takes to break it in. I'll do 1 or 2 videos on breaking the bat in, and then I'll try to, when it's completely broke in, usually around, in my opinion, anywhere from 200 to 400 swings to get a bat broke in, and then I'll see what kind of distance I can get on them. And I get a lot of feedback from seniors that actually talked to me about, yeah, for you big guys. I actually had a guy contact me the other day and goes, hey, why don't you put some smaller guys in your videos? Why are you putting all these big guys in your videos? And I go, what do you mean big? Because he was saying 5'8", 5'9" guys. And I was like, what do you mean by big? Because I'm 5'9". You know, I'm heavy, but I'm not a tall guy. Billy's 6 foot, you know, Bubba's 6'4". Bubba's probably the tallest guy that I have hitting with me. But a lot of my seniors range anywhere from 5'7", you know, 5'6", 150 pounds, 180 pounds in that area. You know, and he didn't understand, because of the way the camera angle is, it makes us guys look big. My son, I got a 27-year-old that hits with me. He's 5'7", 181 pounds. So he'll actually hit the bats too to help me break them in. So we don't have a lot of, you know, a lot of big guys that come out here and hit with us. We have a lot of guys that come out here and hit. So it's just not my opinion with me and Billy doing this, swinging these bats. It's a lot of other good seniors that we have out here. And here's another thing too, is I see this all over the internet with people. They'll try to do a review on a bat and they'll pick it up and start swinging with it and they'll give their opinion. And then they'll pick up another bat and swing with it and they'll give their opinion. Well, that's not a good review, in my opinion. You actually you have to get used to the swinging weight of that bat. I'm swinging a Big Cat now, 27 ounce end load. Now I'm going to start doing a review on a balanced Adidas bat. Totally different swing. I can't give you an opinion on that bat right now because I've actually got to get used to the swinging weight of that bat. So it's going to take me a long time, you know, about a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, to do a review on the Adidas bat because I've got to get used to that swinging weight of that bat. I can't jump back and forth to bats because I'm not going to get a true review on it. My body's has to get used to the swinging weight of the bat. So it's funny when I get on the YouTube channel and I see all these guys just grabbing bats and start swinging them and they think that they're giving an honest review on them. It doesn't work that way. If you're used to swinging a 12-inch bat, and then you get, okay, let's say Miken's coming out with a 12-inch bat, senior bat. Okay, but I'm swinging a 12-inch Dudley. So I get a 27-ounce 12-inch Dudley that I've been swinging all year long, and then I get a 12-inch Miken bat. I'm going to love that bat because it's the same swinging weight. But if I get let's say a different bat that's a 13-inch, let's say a max load, I'm going to swing that bat different than I swung the 12-inch. So it's all, you've got to actually swing that bat. What I'm trying to get to is you actually got to swing that bat for a while to get used to it, to give an honest review. And I do that. That's how come people try to get me to get these reviews out so fast, and I can't do it that way. It doesn't work that way. Another thing too I want to talk about is I'm not a power hitter. A lot of you guys talk about, I love hitting home runs. I love seeing how far I can hit the ball, but I'm number like 7th on my team in the lineup. And I'm probably number 4 in home runs after every tournament. I'm not up there when it comes to the home runs, guys. I probably last year, I do all my books for me. I know what I'm hitting at the end of the year. I know what I'm hitting after every tournament. I probably hit, I think it was less than 20% of all the hits that I got last year were home runs. So let's say I got 100 hits, only 20 of those were home runs. So I'm not a power hitter. I hit the ball hard and I hit the ball down. I cut the ball. I hit the bottom half of the ball and I hit those riser line drives. I hit 5-6 and I hit up the middle. I think it's actually easier to hit a home run, in my opinion. I was talking to Mike Garibay about this the other day. I actually think it's easier to hit a home run than it is to hit base hits, because Mike carrying an 800 batting average and he doesn't hit home runs all the time. I mean, he's a slap. He slaps the ball down. He's a hell of a, he's a pressure hitter. You know, he hits when the game's on the line. I said that impresses me more than hitting a damn home run, especially with these bats they have out now. So I'm not like a lot of you guys. I get emails or I get messages from a lot of you guys talk about, oh, you're just big home run hitter. Let's know what the base hitters do. You know, do his review on get a lot of base hitters in there. Well, guys, I'm not a freaking home run hitter. I'm a base hitter. I can hit home runs, yeah, but shit, you only get how many? You know, depending on what league you're playing in, once those home runs, you got to hit the ball down. So that's what I pride myself in, is hitting the ball down and getting base hits. I'm more impressed by getting a double than I am hitting a bomb, okay? Seriously, back in the day, I loved it. But the restrictions that they have nowadays, it ain't all about the home run. So a lot of you guys, you know, I'm not a home run hitter. Even Billy nowadays, Billy's hitting the ball down 5-6 hole and just tearing third baseman up. So when we do reviews on this bat, it's not about how far we hit the ball, which it actually does help when we're hitting the ball far, because in my opinion, you're going to hit more gaps, you're going to hit more 5-6 hole, the ball's going to get through the infield fast, even if you're putting a lot of distance on the ball. So I just want to give you guys a little rundown on that, and let you guys know how I do my reviews. And I'm actually a base hitter. On my team, I play 55 major plus now. I'm probably right there in the middle when it comes to home runs. I'm not going to be your home run leader in a tournament. I'd love to be the base, on base percentage leader in a tournament more than anything. So just wanted to get this out there on how I do things, how I do my reviews. Tell you guys it's not all about home runs when it comes to my reviews. I know y'all guys, I like putting them out there on my videos to let you guys see what kind of distance I'm getting on the ball, but it's all about base hits with me, guys. Thanks. Guys, I want to talk about something that's actually up on my website. And on the front page of my website, I said, and I want to clarify this before I start getting any feedback on it. I said that choosing a bat is a formula. It's not what fits your swing. Now, way too many people out there trying to sell things, try to sell you different bats for your swing. I don't believe that. I think you either have a fast swing or a slow swing. Everybody tries to have the best swing. I keep on hearing these bat salespeople saying that I can sell you a bat depending on what your swing is. Well, I really don't know what they're trying to say. You have a fast swing, you have a slow swing. Other than that, everybody out there needs to train to have a good swing. Ken Griffey swing if you're a left-hander, or turn it around and be a right-hander. There are guys out there that have beautiful swings swinging right-handed, and what I would do is I try to emulate that swing. I wouldn't try to do anything else other than watch people swing and then try to emulate that swing. The guy that, hell, if you have a bad swing, there's a few guys you can go to these clinics, and I this is funny too, where somebody was on the message board the other day and was talking about how they don't understand why all these people go to clinics. They have them in Florida. Ken Vandergaard has his clinic. Why do they go to these clinics? Hell, guys, I'm a firm believer in 100%. If you want to improve yourself, if you want to get better, go to these clinics and learn something. I learn shit every year. I'm not shitting you. I've changed my swing 3 times in the last 4 years. I've changed my swing. And just recently I changed my swing again, because there's little tweaks that you can do to your swing to make it better. I've heard so many people on the message board get out there and start talking about they think the clinics are worthless. That's bullshit. Those clinics help a lot of people, because I know I haven't been to a clinic yet, but I changed my swing by watching other people. I actually, this ain't no shit, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna plug Ken Vandergaard right here too. I watch a lot of his videos, and I watch when he talks to people, and I've changed the way I hold the bat. 2 years ago, my batting average went up. I watched him, this is 2016, I watched him at the beginning of this year. I changed my stance with the help of Bill Blake. I changed my stance. My batting average went up. So there's always these little things that you can do to help you get better. Because I'm 56 years old, and I get better and better every year because I'm constantly wanting to learn things all the time. So kind of get back to what I was talking about changing your swing. About having a different bat. Is this, you have a swing that you want to be the perfect swing, and what I thrive to do is I try to make it perfect. Every time I go out there and hit balls, I focus a lot on my hitting, and I try to have the perfect swing. Now, I don't believe there's different bats for different people. I think you pick one of the top tier, one of the top 5 bats, and you go with those bats. And a lot of people say, and here's another one too, and that's actually like 2 different videos I could put together in this one. It's what feels good in your hands. That's bullshit. What feels good in your hand. I picked up 2 different bats. Since I've been doing these reviews, I picked up 2 different bats that feel great in my hands, and they wind up not even making my top 5. Your body has to get used to the swing weight. What that tells me, if when you say, hey, it feels good in my hands, what that tells me is, well, the reason it feels good in your hands is because you just got through swinging a bat that feels just like it. So you're used to swinging that kind of weight and that kind of balance. So when you pick up this one, or the one that I gave you to grab, and you say it feels good in your hands, what that just tells me is because you just swung one the same balance as that was. Get used to the swinging weight, and I'm telling you that it happens all the time. Get used to the swinging weight of the bat, and if you pick up another bat that has the same swing in it, that's going to feel good in your hands. So it constantly changes when people say it feels good in my hands. That's I see that all the time on the message boards, going, it's all what fits you, how you feel about it. That's bullshit. Pick one of the top tier bats. Go to my website. Pick one of the top tier bats. I don't give a shit which one. I don't care. Pick one of my top tier bats. Take it out, swing it, get used to the swinging weight of the bat. It's going to take you about a month, guys. Average guy, it's going to take about a month, maybe a month and a half. Do not give on it. Do not give up on it. Keep swinging it, and your body will get used to the swinging weight of that bat, and that bat will feel good in your hands. Guys, I want to talk about something, and I might throw some curse words in there because I just got through listening to talk radio, and you know how us old guys get. Listen to talk radio during the day, you get a little frustrated, listen to all the bullshit that goes on with our government. But I want to talk about something, muscle memory. How many of you guys out there know that muscle memory exists? Muscle memory is something that I know everybody, if you're over the age of 50, you know, even in your 40-year-old guys, the seniors that are coming up, muscle memory is something that you do to, you don't even have to think about it when you're either at the plate or you're shooting basketball or you're throwing a pass. Let me explain to you what muscle memory does. A lot of people, I don't know if they really have the concept of muscle memory. And I've talked to a few guys about this in the past, and I'm going to throw some guys' names out there, some professional, Stephen Curry. That guy can shoot from anywhere on the court. I've actually watched him in person shoot. I've watched the way he warms up. I've watched the stuff that he does. He has great muscle memory where he can actually shoot from anywhere and have confidence. And I'm going to talk about Tom Brady here. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big Patriots fan. But I'm going to explain both those guys, and I'm going to kind of throw them out there. Not a big Stephen Curry fan either, so I'm just going to throw these guys out there because I think they're very good at what they do. Stephen Curry shoots, practices, puts in a lot of time shooting a basketball, okay? It's just not the shooting part, it's the weight of the basketball that he's actually going to shoot. It's the weight of the basketball. It has to be the same weight. It has to be the NBA basketball that they shoot. He has got a great muscle memory to that ball. And I know you guys, Tom Brady, talk about, and I'm going to explain something, and this is not what I've heard, this is what I think about my theory on Tom Brady. Somewhere in his career, and I'm going to talk about that Deflategate shit that went on with him. Somewhere in his career, he had, it was in practice, I'm pretty sure, is what happened to him. Well, he threw a ball in practice very well, and this is just what I'm assuming it happened sometime in his career. Well, he had that ball tested for the poundage and how much pounds of pressure it had in it, and he found out through his career that he can throw that ball very well. Not because he gripped it well, it's because of how the ball weighed. And he gained muscle memory from throwing that ball repetition after repetition of the way that ball weighted and the way it felt in his hands. And just the way it weighted, he gained muscle memory from throwing accuracy that ball. So whenever he got to play games, and I don't know, I guarantee you it's been happening for years with him. It just didn't start happening. He can throw that ball very well, so he started gauging every ball that he actually wanted to throw, because he's probably got some kind of a OCD too, that he loved throwing that ball, and it felt good, and he had muscle memory to throw that ball. Now, pull all that aside. Senior players, or any players, any guys that play softball, baseball, fast pitch, why the fuck And I still see this going on, guys. I just came back from Reno. We played a state tournament here in San Antonio. Not here in San Antonio, but up in Austin. And it was all the senior state players coming down and playing. Some Oklahoma people too. Denver actually came down and played. Arkansas guys came down and played. Why the fuck are you guys have 3 or 4 different bats in your bag? And they're not the same model. They're not the same model, and they're not the same weight. That's one thing. And another thing too is, why the fuck you guys swing different bats when you go in batting practice? I see a lot of you guys out there will pick up, and they're all the same weight, but they're different model bats. A 27-ounce Dudley, and you'll hit the first round, which is probably about 15 balls. When we hit, you hit with a damn let's say a DeMarini, and then the second round you hit 27-ounce Dudley senior bat, and you'll hit 15 balls with that. The next round, the last round, you use your gamer, and you'll hit 15 balls. What you're not doing, and what you don't understand is, and even you guys that take all them bats to go to games with you, and you've got 5 different, 3 different, 4 different bats in your bag, and it baffles me. I've seen guys in my division, a couple of guys on my team, I'm not going to call you out, guys, but you start thinking you having you don't hit good with one bat, you'll grab another bat and you'll swing with that, and you'll grab another bat and swing with that. You're not giving your body enough time to have muscle memory, especially in batting practice, and it all has to do with batting practice. You can't get out there and hit 3 different model bats because they're all weighted different. They're all weighted different. They might not be the same 27 ounces, but they're all weighted different. One might have too much weight in the handle. The other one might be end loaded different, and it might have more mass at the end with less mass. I mean, if you guys wouldn't know this unless you actually cut your bats open, and which I have in the past, to find out where it's weighted at. Maybe the plug in the handle's too long. I mean, you don't know. So every time you guys pick up a 27 ounce, you got to realize it's not loaded the same way a Miken's not loaded the same way a DeMarini's loaded. So you're not going to get that muscle memory. You're not going to get that automatic every time you come up to the plate. Let me explain to you what I do. I do not change bats in the middle of the year. Unless it's at the beginning of the year and it's a really good bat that I like, I will change. But very seldom have I done that. I think I've done that once or twice ever that I've been playing ball. And just not senior ball, that's regular ball. I start hitting, if I'll pick one of the top 5 tier bats that I like, I'll start swinging that in the off season, and by the time the season starts, I'll swing that bat all year long. I'll usually have 2 of them, and they're both the same weight, and they're both the same model, because they're going to have both the same swinging weights to them. That way I don't throw off my muscle memory. Because you guys getting, and this is funny, you guys getting batting practice, I'm going to tell you what your body's fucking telling you. You guys getting batting practice, you do 3 different bats, at the end of that batting practice, your body's going, what the fuck just happened? It's so confused because you're not getting any muscle memory, and you did nothing. It's like going to the gym and working out, and you don't get any benefit from it. When you go hit balls with 3 different bats or 2 different bats. Or here's another thing too. A lot of you guys go, well, I swing a 27 on Saturday, I swing a 26 on Sunday. Holy shit, your body's so damn confused, you're gonna hit like shit in the tournament. And I'm talking about hitting like shit, like 600 or 700. A lot of you guys might be satisfied with that, but I'm not. I mean, I want to hit in the 8s. I want to go to, when I go to a tournament, I don't want to make an out. And I get mad when I make an out. But my goal is, when I go in every tournament, is not to make an out. So a 600 or 700 tournament to me is that 750 to me, in my opinion. With me, I am so anal about hitting BP. 750 in a tournament is not satisfactory to me. That's like me having a bad tournament, because I set my goals so high. I use the same bat. I get my muscle memory right on. And guys, I can tell, with me, with my body, I can tell if I try to drop down an ounce in the past, I can tell what it does to my body, because my body's confused, because I'm not giving my body enough time, and it takes a while, a month and a half. I'm saying, guys, hitting 2 to 3 times a week in BP, that's how long it takes to gain that muscle memory. I talked to somebody about this the other day, and he told me 1,000 swings, which that's I would say 1,500 swings on a bat that's one of the top tier bats. Get that muscle memory down. Throw all that other shit away. Pick one bat out of the 3 bats you have in your bag, the three different models. So, like I told a guy the other day, he had 3 different bats in his bag. Pick one you like. Take the other 2. Don't put them in your garage, because you're going to turn around and go back there and use them if you have a bad game. Sell them. The money you make off those 2, turn around and buy the same bat that you like, that you pulled out of your bag, that you're going to swing with. Carry 2 of them, hit one in BP till it gets broke in, stick it in your bag for games, and then hit the other one in BP, and I guarantee you your batting average will go up. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you guys about slumps. And I've heard this expression before. A lot of seniors get in a mid-season slump, or right before the Nationals at the end of the year. A lot of seniors think they get into a slump. I really don't believe that seniors get in slumps, and let me explain why. I think if you're over the age of 50, guys, you know, you've been playing ball long enough, especially if you lasted this long. You played ball long enough where you know your own body. You know, slump is something that it's mentally. It's mental, where you just can't get it going. You just can't do it. You just fall apart mid-season. A lot of people talk about this. I think that's true with a lot of the kids. I think when you get over the age of 50, that's not true anymore. I actually think it's a mechanical problem. There's something you're doing at the plate that you didn't do at the plate 6 months earlier. And it has to do with either your hands are dropping, you're opening, you're blowing out of your stance too much, you're opening up, your stand, you know, when you step. But when you're standing in a box, maybe you're standing a little bit different, throw your timing off. And that's the reason I tell a lot of guys that come up and talk to me, hey, you know, I'm just going through this. I've had this asked to me a lot. I don't know what's wrong. I was batting like 700 at the beginning of the year, and now I'm batting like 500. I tell them one thing, and I tell them, for one, you don't get in slumps. This is my belief. I actually think seniors don't get in slumps. I think it has to do with something that they're doing at the plate. They're not getting in the routine, or they're holding their hands. It's a mechanical problem. The first thing I tell seniors to do is videotape themselves and look at the video, because you can't go up and ask somebody, hey, what am I doing at the plate wrong? Because you can ask 5 different people and you get 5 different answers. I guarantee you that. Okay, videotape yourself, or have your girlfriend, your wife, your friend have a little iPhone and they can videotape your swing. Go back and look at that swing. And guys, you can correct it very fast, because you can know if you're actually pulling your hands down and bringing them up and then swinging. You can actually see if you're pulling out too much, or opening your hips too much, or you're actually stepping in, you know, toward the second baseman with your lead foot. Okay, so have somebody videotape you whenever you think you're getting to a slump, because there's no such thing if you're over the age of 50, in my opinion. It's a mechanical problem. It's a very easy fix. All you got to do is videotape yourself, and it's as easy as having you play a game on a weekend, and you can correct it. And if you got to come back home, like if you're out of town on a tournament, you have a bad tournament, come back home and right away have somebody videotape yourself. Go back and look at the video, and you can correct the problem very fast. Guys, in this video, I want to talk about something that happened about 3 years ago, and I need to clarify something. I was actually videotaping a bunch of seniors. I think it was at Kirby baseball field, and there was this one guy hitting. I was behind the plate, and I was talking, kind of rambling with Billy, and we were talking about humidity. And I said something like the ball flies a lot further when you hit in humidity. And I guess some of you guys were watching the video, and man, did I cause a shitstorm on the message boards, because a lot of you guys were calling me an idiot, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and shit like that. It's funny how you give a lot of people your opinion, you know, when they come up and talk to you, and it kind of gets out there, and then all of a sudden people start bashing the shit out of you. But the one thing about me is I actually do a lot of research and shit that I talk about. I don't just go up there and just fly by the seat of my pants, because for one, I don't want to look like an idiot when I'm out there, because I am on YouTube a lot. So, and I don't want to misspeak. Now, this humidity thing, I've known about it for years. So back in my 20s, I actually looked it up, because I do play in Texas, which is in the Gulf of Mexico, And I do play a lot of tournaments. I did play a lot of tournaments down in the valley. Mission, I had a big tournament there every year, Shipley's Donut Tournament. I don't know if you guys from Texas remember that, back in the late 80s, early 90s. One of the best tournaments, I think, in Texas. Houston has a lot of tournaments, Baytown, a lot of tournaments back in the day. So I wanted to do a little, back in my 20s, I wanted to check this out. And I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of people, and guys, I'm right. The ball does fly a little better in humidity. I'm not saying it puts 30 feet on your ball. I'm just saying when you're hitting in high humidity, you tend to get a little bit more distance on your ball. Well, what I'm going to do is in the description box down below, I'm going to have some links you guys can look at that clarifies what I've always thought. And I was talking to Billy about it, I think, that day that the video was out. And man, and Billy agrees with me whenever I talk to him. And man, did I cause a shitstorm. I mean, people started, and I actually had some guys who were backing me on the message board, were saying, well, I think he's right, when he's talking. And so anyway, down below there's some links that backs me up. The ball does fly a little bit better when you're hitting in high humidity. I'm not talking about rain, guys. I'm talking about high humidity. And you're going to get a little bit more distance on the balls that you hit